Well, folks, today I'm back out looking for the battle site of Mons Graupius, and today I'm out at Keithoch, because where I am just here, if you give me a second, turn this camera around. Now, just down there, through the trees, just there, is an old Roman camp, the Roman camp at Keithoch. There's also an old Roman road running down through there beside the dual carriageway, which is the same road that the Jacobites and the other guys used. I mean, that thing's been in use since time began. I mean, 2 seconds, if I zoom in a bit, let's zoom in a bit, might be able to see them burning off the heather up there in the distance, which is quite cool, but I'm getting distracted. So where Keithoch is just beside Bregan. So just down that way somewhere, we have Bregan, and this is the A90 or the A92? Can't remember, but it's one or the other. And then we have the foothills of the Grampians, and if you look along the foothills, you can see them burning off the heather today before we get too far into spring summer. Now, the reason why we're here is this standing stone. I don't think it has any markings. It's definitely got no ogham on it. It's a huge chunk of rock. It stands at least definitely taller than me anyway. So that puts it probably about 2.5 meters. It's sitting on a base, which is unusual for most of these standing stones. They're mostly dug into the ground, so I have a feeling this one's been moved over time, because it looks like it has. I just think this is a very large glacial erratic that's been dumped on a thing, because it doesn't look. It's been dumped on a plinth because it doesn't look like there's much here. Now, legend has it about this site is because we have the Roman camp just down here. This actually describes very well what Tacitus described about the Battle of Mons Graupius, because what he said is that the Picts lined the ridge of a hill, which would be this here, and the Romans came out of the camp, and the Picts went down to meet them, because the Romans would have been spread out down there, just this side of the river, or just the other side of the road. I'm not sure if you can see that down there, but there is a road. So this kind of matches more of the description that Tacitus gave of the Battle of Mons Graupius. Now, I got it wrong the other day. The Battle of Mons Graupius was in 82 or 83 AD. And as I was saying, there's plenty of sites for this. Now, I would assume that the Picts would want to keep the Romans out of Pict land. So I would assume they did it as far south as possible, which was a good place to meet. Now, when they used to do the droving of the cattle and things out here, they used to drive them out of the glens and then across to the ports over at like Montrose and Aberdeen, Dundee, and then ship them round wherever they were going. There's some epic burning going on today. 2 seconds. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit further on that, because we've got a lot of the controlled burning going on, so that when summer rocks around, the hills don't go on fire. Which, in fact, there's another load of burning out on that hill there as well. So this entire area here. Now, just so we know where we are, we've got Edsel just there. As I was saying, Bregan is just over the brow there, and Lawrence Kirk is just through there somewhere. And I think that's the sheds out at Forden. But I need to double check that. It might be Edsel Army Base. In fact, actually, that's going to be Edsel Army Base, which was a American military base in the I think it got closed down at the end of the 90s, 2000s. Some religious cult wanted to buy it, but I think they got turned down quite significantly because they wanted all the underground stuff left open. Anywho, so that glen there is Glen Esk. These two hills here are the brown and white Keithlands, and back in the day there used to be a fort on both those hills, the white Keithland and the brown Keithland, and then just behind that is Glen Lethnet, and then where the fire is down there, that's Glen Clover. So there's quite a commanding view from up here. Oh, and Glen Burvey up there. So there's quite a commanding view here of all around. Now, if I was gonna put my money on it, I would say this would be much more of the battle site than where I was out at Montreathment Forest, because I mean this place fits the description quite well, because it was said that the Picts lined up on a hill, brow of a hill just like this, and we're looking down on the Roman camp, which is just down there. In fact, there's so many Roman camps along here, because all the way up from Dundee to Aberdeen, there must be about 20 of them. You've got Battledykes, Fordon, Keithoch, you've got one in Montrose, there's just loads of them. Most people just don't realise how far inland the Picts got. So this was, the Battle of Mons Graupius was under Agricula, written down by Titus and then put in the history books later. So we do have some written accounts of it from the Roman side, and the way they describe it is when they came out of the camp and lined up, the Picts were on the brow of the hill. And now this would ring quite true to me for this site, because the Picts had their chariots that they wanted to use, and I mean this fits the description quite well, but there's a fair few other sites further north, but yeah. So, and then we have the standing stone at Keithoch, and then somewhere down here somewhere was the Battle of Brecon, but I'll do that a different day, because we're on the trail of Mons Graupius and the vitrified forts today. So I'm going to get off just now, but at least I found this one. If you watched the live on Friday, you'll get what I mean, because I went to look for the battle cairns and found some cairns, just not the cairns. But yeah, so this is quite a commanding view of the valley. I mean, the other thing is if the Picts were going to congregate, they reckon it was about 30,000 Picts. Now, you've got fort on that hill, you've got Edsel down there, you've got Dun, which means fort over here, you've got this, what would have been the city of Brecon down there. So if you're going to collect 30,000 Picts in one place and have them fed, this would be the place to do it. Like, I mean, this is a bit of a grain basket here. A lot of grain is grown here for whiskey and that, because we're off to Keithoch actually, and when we go out to Keithoch, I'll show you some of the stuff around there. Anyway, that's almost been 10 minutes, so I'll sign off for now, but this is one of the suspected sites of the battles of Mons Graupius. I can definitely see with the Roman camp and just down there how they thought this would have been the site, because the Picts would have lined up this hill. It fits the description of the battle pretty well. Anyway folks, if you're not following me, you should be, and I'll catch up with you later.